A very warm welcome to my lesson for today, where we are going to be looking at your mathematics. So guys, what I'm going to do, it is to share my screen, and then from there, without any waste of our precious time, we are going to officially start with our lesson for today. So let's see, guys, are you able to clearly see there on my screen? Is everything clear there? Guys, can you clearly see there? Is everything okay on your side? Also, can you clearly hear me when I speak?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then it's fine. I see you guys are confirming that everything. Okay, question number 8. A pyramid with a square base with a side length of 16 centimeters is sketched below. P lies on the square base directly below A. Okay, the volume of the pyramid is 640 cubic centimeters. There we are given the diagram or the sketch, and then we also have the formula for calculating the pyramid. Guys, I'm telling you, if you look at that, it's almost the same as what we did the previous lesson. The only difference may be the values, but otherwise, if you were able to attend and understand what we did on that other one, you shouldn't have problems in understanding this one. So this can be done in two ways, where I give you guys an opportunity to try and work it out, or where I try to work it out on my side. I'm thinking, for the sake of time and making sure that we are not having a lengthy lesson, I can try to work it out on your side. Just let me know in case if there is something that I'm explaining which you do not understand. So let's go about it that way. Okay, so now let's see. We have all the info. Now when you look at the question, they say show that the perpendicular height of the pyramid, it is that. That's what they want you to show. So it's more like we already know what the answer is. We just need to work towards that. Show that the perpendicular height of the pyramid AP is that. So we need to show that this vertical height is equals to that. But wait, do you guys notice something? We do have the value for the volume. Obviously, we know that the area, it should be equals to length times breadth. To make it the volume, we multiply by height, which is that height of AP. If we substitute, we might be having some light. For the fact that it is allocated 2 marks, it shouldn't be a complicated thing to do. Once you start having some complicated calculations, just know that possibly you are heading in the wrong direction. So what we know is that V is equals to a third area H. We were told that the volume is equals to that. Obviously 1 over that. But when it comes to the area, what will the area be? What will the area be? The area should be that by that. So that means one can say 16 times 16, or one can say 16 squared. Doesn't matter. But what you should remember is that this is what you are looking for. So that means you must remove everything that is attached to what you are looking for. So one can say, I'm going to divide by a half into that 16 by 16. Obviously, whatever that you do on the right, you must also do on the left. That means that will cancel with that. That's how you removed everything attached to H. You punch all of that in your calculator, you are expecting that. So very quickly, let's punch that on our calculators and check. So it is obviously, let me see. Fraction button 640 at the bottom is 0.5 and then 16 squared. Huh? Oh, yes. Yes. It does make sense why it's not giving the correct answer. That is because we did not, it's not 1/2, but it's 1/3. Yes, I think that's what I meant to say. Let me use a different thing, just so that it's clear where the mistake is. So it is 1/3 and not 1/2. So that means that's supposed to be 3, that's supposed to be 3. So notice something, honorable members. If they did not say, show that that is equals to that, I don't think I would have noticed my mistake on that one. I'm suspecting that I was going to continue with that 1/2, which was going to be wrong. You don't get a mark for writing the formula in mathematics, but you get a mark for correct substitution and the following, or the calculations or the steps that follow. So now, going back to the calculator, let's see. I now need to update that to 1/3. Let's see. Man. Wait. Fraction button 640. Wait. Fraction button 640 at the bottom. What is it supposed to be? Let's see. 1. Maybe let me put it inside the brackets and say 1/3 multiplied by 16 times 16, close 7.5. Yes, it does give a 7.5. Obviously, it's going to be in centimeters. Don't stress that much about what will the unit be. You just need to know that height will take the same unit as whatever that was given there. Because someone might be wondering, is it going to be centimeter squared? Is it going to be centimeter cubed? Or is it just going to be centimeter? Don't need to worry about that. All that you need to know is that is it measured in that or whatever. But luckily in this case, they said show that. So that means already you are given the units. Maybe let me check if you guys understood what I've done. You might find that, let's see. Guys, do you understand what I've done over there? Yebo noma cha?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then it's fine. So now let's see. They say hence, that word hence, which means refer to your previous calculation. Hence, determine the total. Hence, determine the total surface area of the pyramid. Yeah, I think this one, it might be a tricky one, but trust me, honorable members, the surface area, you need to, the best way to do is to redraw that. Let's agree on this one. First thing first, we have a square base, and then we have that side of the pyramid, 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 isn't it? In terms of the dimensions, we know that this is 16 centimeters, and that also is 16 centimeters. you shouldn't forget that you have those things there. Obviously, one can say these are the things that actually split those triangles. There are many ways in which you can work it out, honorable members. Yo. Since we already know that, that this is 16. No, not 16, but that is 7.5. Can we not know what that is? Is it not 8 being half of that 16? Then can we not try to find out what that dotted line is? In that way, we will be knowing what that dotted line is. Then it becomes easier to calculate the area of that triangle. So what I'm saying is, like uNkulunkulu Lebandla Eltenberg Leyo, we have that this we can calculate, and then that we can calculate. You see, they did that there, which is an indication that it is a right-angled triangle. Remember, this is A, that is P, that is T. We just showed that this is 7.5 centimeters. If this full length, it is 16, that means half of it is 8, and then 8. That's where that 8 is coming from. So that means we have 8 centimeters there. Then it means you can use theorem of Pythagoras to calculate AT. You obviously know what the formula is. I'll just summarize it in that way. So that means AT will therefore be the square root of that 7.5 that, and then 8 that. So let's see, square root of 7.5 squared plus 8 squared. I am getting 10.97. Yes. 10.97 centimeters as our AT. Before I even go far, let me just check if all of you understand what I'm doing there. Guys, do you understand and agree with that answer of 10.97? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. It's fine. So now we know that this is 10.97. So now it's easy, because what we know is that the surface area refers to all the areas of both sides. Obviously, it's going to be area of the base of that pyramid. We plus it with 4 of the areas of the triangles. It is as easy as that. What will be the area of the base? It is supposed to be that 16 times 16. That you must plus it with 4 of. What is the area of a triangle? It's half multiplying by the base multiplying by the perpendicular height. So can you guys see? At this stage, we are not at a stage where we're going to tell you that the area of a rectangle is that, because we assume that they taught you this in primary. That is why I'm not rewriting it there. Now what you do is to just calculate that surface area. One can say 16 squared plus 0.5 times 16 times 0.97. I'm just taking some shortcuts there, and this is what I'm getting. Just as you see, in this case, we are not showing anything. I'm just hoping that this is correct. And I will rely on you guys to also work it out and let me know if you are getting the same answer. So now let's see, guys. Do you understand what I've done there? Do you also agree? Are you getting
Yes,
the
sir.
same answer?
Yes, sir.
One is in agreement. So do you guys see that it's not about us having to work it out, but it's more about thinking on these things. So how I used to study, honorable members, I was very much efficient when I was studying during my time. I just look at the question, honorable members. You see, now it has taken us a lot of time to work out this thing and everything. But myself, I would just read through the question, look at the given sketch of the diagram, and I look at the questions. Look at the question, you see that they say, show that the perpendicular height of the pyramid being AP is equals to 7.5. Then I start thinking of how to work it out. I will therefore notice that, okay, PT, it must be half of that 16. That is the first thing. And then again, okay, I'm given the volume, then I check. If I substitute the volume there, what's going to be missing is the area. How can I find the area? It's obviously the area of the base. If you don't know that it's the area of the base, area of the base will therefore be 16 by 16 because that base is a square. If you do not know what a square base is or what a square is, so what I know is that every time when you are given a formula, it's in most cases where you must have everything else and remain with one unknown that you must calculate. Then I'm done with that one. So what I'm saying, honorable members, is that even if I'm in a taxi going to town, or whatever the case may be, I do not need a pen and a paper to write. I just have to look at these things, think about them, and conclude on how I would work it out. Because I knew that if I had to write, I was going to be able to work it out. Why? Because I've mastered solving of the unknown, which is, in other words, solve for x. Someone will need to remember to mute their mic. Still, remain muted, honorable member. 8.2 hence determine the total surface of the area. Before you can even check if you've got all the information, how are you going to do that? You need to open up this box. So it's like if you've got a box, honorable members, it doesn't matter what information you are given. Do you know how you are going to work it out? If you are given a box, let's say something similar to that. Maybe that can be done, that can be done, and that can be done. If you are given a box and they say calculate, let's say this is a rectangle, we can maybe say that is 4, and then we can say that is 6. Then maybe we can say that is 3. You know where to start. What I know is that, can I successfully open up this thing? I think I can, where I'm going to have that bottom side, and then maybe let's go to this left-hand side, let's go to that top side, let's go to that left side. And then, trust me when I say I still have this side and I still have that other side. So now it's opened up. All that I need to do, it is just to give the dimensions of the sides, and then from there, I know that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 areas to calculate and add them together bese uqedele. That's how you go about calculating the surface area. Does it make sense, honorable members or members who are honorable? Yebo noma cha?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good days.
Yes, sir.
So very quickly, let us try to look at this one and check if we can just discuss it without having to work it out. If necessary, we will work it out. Question number 8. The diagram below shows a cone with a perpendicular height of h centimeters, a radius r centimeters, and a slant height of 13 centimeters. You are given the formula, is two of them. The volume of the cone, 1/3 pi r squared h, okay. Total surface area of the cone, it is that. There you're given the formula. Now they say, show that the volume of the cone is given by that. So what I meant, honorable members, when I said, I just look at these things and think about them. Where am I going to get V? This is where you're going to get it, honorable members. That's where you're going to get it. Okay, so now, when you look at that formula and that formula, something is missing on this formula that you need to show. What is it that is missing there? Trust me, it's easier to see that actually R, it is the one that is missing. So that means you need to make R the subject of the formula or rewrite R in terms of H and whatever, then substitute it into that formula, simplify, and then arrive at that. Because I was good in solving the unknown, I was good in simplifying, I was good in working out the letters, I knew I would be able to work it out. Then I won't need to write it. As long as I know what I must do, then I'm done. I move on to the next question, read through the question, and then if it makes sense, it means I am done. That's how I used to study, honorable members, especially during exams. I don't write anything. I only write if I have to explain to someone. But if I'm studying on my own, trust me, I can study the whole syllabus within a full day. But if I'm studying with the other honorable members, it always feels like a waste of time because I have to write, I have to explain, go slow by slow, and all of that. So that's why when I know that now it's my time, I don't want anyone close to me. Trust me, when I was in school, I was actually just going there to teach others because it wasn't a good environment for me to study. Why? Because I would study in a different way, which is not suitable to others. Because mine is to study in silence by just looking at the question papers. I do not need to calculate because I already know how to. I just need to know what needs to be done. Maybe let me check if you guys have a feeling of what I'm talking about. Guys, do you understand what I'm talking about? Or am I losing you there, honorable members? Maybe you guys are not getting what I'm saying. Fine, I will try to work it out. Guys, am I losing you there? Ngikhuluma isiNgisi. Okay, so let's see. It looks like where we are having R there, we have 13 centimeters there, we have H there. How can we make R the subject of the formula? This thing, because of that, it's a right angled triangle. That is the comrade. Guys, remember to remain muted. So now let's see. Obviously, that is the hypotenuse. So that means you've got your 13 squared, which will be equals to r squared plus h squared. So to make r the subject of the formula, let us see. That would mean this is therefore equals to, it's going to be 13 squared. Maybe let me just write it for now. 13 squared, obviously that h, you take it to the other side and then it becomes that. Okay, and then from there, what do we do? I think the r will therefore be equals to, what is 13? Let's see, 13 squared, it's 169. So that means we have 169 minus h squared. So that means I've written r in terms of h. Yes, that's what I've done, honorable members. I haven't done much. That's what I've done. Unless, wait. No, I think I've done it correctly because 13 is the hypotenuse equals to r is the side, h is the side. Yes. So now let's see, what is the formula? The formula says the volume of the cone is equals to 1/3 pi r squared h. So now let's see. We have 1/3 pi. What is r? R, it's now the square root of 1. Yes.
You wrote 1/2.
Did I make a mistake?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes. I don't know where I'm getting that. Thanks very much, honorable member. And then, what are we having? Oh, yes. Now it's minus what? H squared. Nah. Yes. H squared close. Remember to say squared and then remember to say h. Yes, because the whole of this is your r. You just need to remember that one. Okay. Then from there, it means we still have our 1/3. We have pi. You know, most a squared removes the square root. That one you know most. So that means we have 169 minus h squared close, and then you have h. Now, we can just simplify this thing by saying it's the same as 1/3 pi h into 169 minus h squared. Now, so can you see? Now you can see that multiplying that multiplying that, obviously everything over 3. 3 at the bottom, so that means you have just as we normally start with a number, 169 pi h, obviously a sign of a minus, then we have pi h to the 3. Remember, that is supposed to be v. So can you guys see? That's how you score yourself 4 marks on that one. Does it make sense, honorable members or members who are honorable? Do you guys understand what I've done over there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So would you guys agree with me to say when you have to calculate the surface area, it's an easy one because pi, you do have a pi, the slanting height is given to you as that. What you need to worry about is your r. But I think you can be able to calculate r because they said if h is equals to that. So that means you can substitute your h there, which is equals to 12. Then that's how you will know your value of r. That means you've got 12 squared. You know what your r value is. Bese not there, but you will therefore need to substitute into that formula and calculate the total surface area. Sengiqedile manje. Sengiqedile. I wanted to do it myself so that you guys have got an idea of how long it would take if I had to study it on my own, how long it would take if I had to teach someone, and then how long it would take if I had to give you guys an opportunity to try and work it out. So that means you've got 3 different ways in which you can study. Where you look at it and you just ask yourself some questions, how to work it out, only if it is difficult or you are not able to conclude while looking at it. That's when you start writing it down. Otherwise, the other thing, you can teach the next person. So that's how you study honorable. Sengiqedile manje. Sengiqedile. Guys, manje ngifuna ubaleka manje. Anyone who's got a question for me, or are we all okay on that one?
So well, okay, so I'm okay.
I'm fine, sir. Okay on my side.
It looks like we are all okay. So let's see. Guys, I do thank you very much for joining. Trust me, even today, my name starts with a letter D, and guess what? Send Pumile March. Let me run away before it